Welcome back. So the zoo I had been working on, I did max out the space that it allows me on my computer. My computer seems to max out pretty quickly with this game when placing animals. So it is designed again to be a night zoo. I'll just give you a brief tour of what it ended up concluding with. So we have the lotus flower there that lights up at night. And then we have our enclosure here that has some llamas or alpacas um, and some of the big sheep. If we click on that exhibit, it should actually tell us if it will get out of that mode. There we go. So tell us their habitat. We have these two in here as well. It's not showing the alpacas, but there are alpacas in there as well. Um, so yeah, we just move over here. There's some staff lodging, and then we get into this area here for some food and some gift shops. And then an entrance which enters into that gift shop area, and the giant windmill which I turned into several shops as well. And then we have our next exhibit here, which has some horses in it. And then here's an African theme one that has a couple different types of animals in it. Or maybe it was just one. Oh, it is my wild dog, African wild dog exhibit. So they're the only ones in that one. And then I move over here. I gave them a chessboard that they could wander around, as well as this nature. And this one, we have the African leopard, which is why I have stuff for them to climb, as the leopards like to climb on top of things, and they like to climb into the trees. So you want to give them lots of that kind of stuff for them to go into and play on. And then we have another staff area here, as well as a couple more shops, including that one shop that I had set up where you can go inside this building, and there's more shop items for people to visit and go into. And then we get into some of this area here where I've done a lot of work making it so this whole water area all lights up. So that's one exhibit there for crocs, alligators, and the caiman, dwarf caiman, that is. And then here is the ossuary. Here, if you look at that one, they have been, oh, they're not in their shed this time. They've been hanging out in here a lot, but I see they're wandering around this time. And then you have the glowing along on the path, and this fountain that has actually has water coming down. Normally, if I hit play, it's going to crash those, so I'm not going to hit play right now. More staff lodging stuff before it leads to more exhibits and a carousel. This has a whole bunch of fish in it, a couple types of penguins as well. And this whole area, again, this one here is just to recreate my recreation of Mystic Falls, one fairy tale scene that she had done. I hope I've done you justice, Mystic Falls, in terms of recreating that. And yeah, a few more shops before it leads over into this long exhibit here that has several different types of animals. they do tend to hang out only in the first half of it, not in the second half of it. So if I was to do it again, I would probably not make it quite so long, just make it into two separate enclosures. As like I said, they do hang out in the first part only, typically. Um, and then, yeah, and behind that falls area, it leads over to where some of the penguins can have their penguin house over here, and some islands that all light up, as well as this restaurant and shop area so that people can look out over things. I've got underwater gardens in here that I've put, and then this lantern waterfalls that I've created, as well as there's these ruins that I've put all these torches around it to kind of light up that ruin, make sure it lights up at night. And then the glowing ruins here as well for some of the animals. I've got flamingos and dolphins. I'm not sure why the dolphin's hanging out on the shore and not in the water. As well as the white ibis is in there. And then there's this Arabic, the Arabic kind of like it's a courtyard that lights up. It's got staff in it, as well as a whole bunch of gift shops for them to wander around in, and some docks for them to go and look at some of the animals that are in this area here. So yeah, and then back here I've got another set of waterfalls, and then this area here I'd been working on creating another water area, but yeah, that's when my computer decided to max out. Over here I did put in this area for boats right beside this African restaurant that floats. It's got little pillars under it to help, and then I put a cheetah flower mosaic from the Steam Workshop on the entryway leading out to it. And this is another restaurant corridor here, as well as we've got this enclosure here. If we move all the way over to where I had left off. Yeah, so it goes over into this area here. We've got the aardvark that has the aardvark mosaic, and I put around a whole bunch of stuff around it to make it shine. And these butterfly sculptures there. And then this leads into an area with some terrariums, as well as some more shops and a vending area. And that leads to some more shops over here. Put a whole bunch of shops in between. And again, making sure everything is kind of bright for the night scene, as this zoo is meant to be a night zoo. And then I just finished laying down these two areas here, which have for some bison. As the bison, I kind of tried to give them a bit of a larger area to run around, and some really big areas for them to hide in. And then here we have our lions. I did put two different types of lions in here. So one is is an American lion, which is extinct in the wild, actually. That's from Nexus Mods. And then this one is the Asiatic lion, again from Nexus Mods. And the overlook that looks over that area. And then more of a arid theme going along with that theme that's kind of carried through from that this half of the arid and then the African areas that are kind of mixing into this courtyard here of some more vendors, and then another large restaurant area here around this mosaic you can find in the game easily. And this cafe that I got from the Steam Workshop, and this large info board area that I combined a couple different assets to make an info board. And then the hyena, or I'm not sure if that's a hyena or African wild dog, probably African wild dog mosaic. That leads into this, going in for some more shops. And then this is a staff building right before my final exhibit that I was able to do, which has another elephant that you have to get from the Nexus mods. So that one is the Anarchus arvernus. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce that. Probably slaughter that. And then we have the Andalusian roe deer as well in that enclosure. So that is what my Animal A House zoo ended up looking like. Again, everything lights up at night, so it is definitely one that you would play at night. If I ever get a better computer, which I definitely cannot afford right now, I might come back to this and see if I can expand on it with a better computer. But for now, this is what we are looking at. This is what has been created in this night scene of a zoo. I am working on another zoo right now, which I probably am close to, again, maxing out my system on. And I will post that one maybe tomorrow or the day after. We'll see what I have time for, as I do have a doctor's appointment again this week. So we'll see what I have time to do. But yeah, there will be more of these this week for you guys to listen to and check out. So thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed.